Welcome back to my old ranch. Beautiful day in Colorado. Man, I'm so glad that spring is not far away. Today, I'm going to talk about my 1997 Ford Expedition. It's got 230,000 miles on it. I've been noticing just a little bit of noise coming from a bearing someplace, and so it prompted me to look under the Expedition and look at the differentials, the transmission, see if I see any leakage. Now, one of the things I did see when I looked under it is that the differential is leaking just a little bit. And then also looking at both sides to see if there's any issues there. So stick with me, take a look at what I've seen. I'm going to go ahead and check the fluid. I'm going to show you how to do that, what to look for, what it would be something that would make you alarmed that something's going on. And the other side is, just keep an eye on it, but for now it's okay. Again, this has got 230,000 miles on it. And I really like my old vehicles because I can fix them. And that's the key, and it doesn't cost me very much. So stick with me and watch what I do. I looked under my vehicle just to see if everything's okay. I need to do some maintenance on it. And I noticed this. Well, this means that I may have a little bit of a leak in the rear differential. Now, the big issue with this is you do not want your differential fluid getting low. So this is how you check your rear differential fluid. You got to crawl under it, and you don't want to put it up on a rear jack because then the vehicle is turned forward and your drain plug is then forward. And so it's not going to show you the true height of it. So what you got to do is you got to take your, in this case, this one is a 3/8 inch socket or a ratchet driver, and put it in there. And I've already loosened this one up, but put it in there and loosen this up. And you want to make sure you clean around it because you do not want dirt inside of there. So go ahead and pull this off. The other thing you want to do once you get it off is on the end of this is a magnet. So if there's any gook on there, you want to make sure you clean it off, which there is on this one. So I'm going to have to clean it up before I put it back in there. The easiest way I do it, I just simply make sure my finger is clean, put my finger in there, go down a little bit and see what it looks like. And yes, it's full. It could add a little bit, but not much. But the other thing I look at is it's still clean. Being it's still clean, it tells me my rear differential should be doing just fine. Now, if this is dirty, if it's brown, or especially if it's black, you definitely want to change your rear differential fluid. Now, I like Valvoline products, so I've got my Valvoline oil here I'm going to add. And in this case, I have plenty of room, so I'm able to put the bottle in there and fill it. And what I'll do is I'll put oil in it until oil runs out of this hole, or the plug I should say. And now if you don't have enough room, you want to get one of the pumps that you get from the auto parts store that will allow you to pump the fluid into your differential. Okay, now I have oil running out, so I'm good. Okay, now I've cleaned my plug. You can see how much different it looks. And thankfully it was just fine, real fine, basically gook that's in there in metal shavings, because if this is a magnet, this magnet is picking up those fine metal shavings so that it's not floating around your differential and eating up your bearings. So now that I've got it clean, I'll put it back in. All right, now finish tightening it. Make sure it's good and snug. You don't have to be crazy about it, but make sure it's good and tight. Now this is a problem. And what I'm going to have to do, number one, I'm going to have to keep an eye on it. But number two, what I'll have to do is I'll have to actually remove rear differential cover. Of course, you'll lose all your oil, so you're going to have to change it at that point in time. And with a posi-track, you got to make sure you add the Ford additive for posi-track, or your rear posi-track will not work correctly. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on this. And one of these days, as it goes, I'll have to do maintenance, and I'll have to go ahead and pull this cover here off, clean it, clean the inside, put it back on, and then refill the differential fluid with new fluid. This vehicle's got about 230,000 miles on it, so this doesn't surprise me that much. I'm really glad to see that the oil is still clear. That again tells me my differential is still doing good and it's still in good shape. And I really need to make sure I mention too, when you get the oil, check with the auto parts store and get the right fluid for your vehicle, because it does make a difference. So now I've filled it. I didn't take that much, which is good. It means that whatever seepage I have here isn't too bad, but I definitely still want to keep a good eye on it. So that's what I do to check and fill the rear differential on my 97 Expedition. And one of the things I want to mention, you see, and the light's not very good, but you can see a little bit of oil buildup here. It tells me this rear end is leaking. Also, I see a little bit over here with my differential, and this is the other thing you want to see. If this is a problem, if this is getting worse, that means that the seal in the end of your differential is beginning to leak. It also can get signal that the bearing is starting to go out. Now I've been noticing a little bit of noise, and I've been wondering where it's coming from. That's one thing that prompted me to look at this. You see, this side is much drier, and so it is a possibility if we come over here again, that this is what I'm seeing in my differential. I know the light's not very good, but I apologize. But I look over here and I see a little bit of indication of some buildup. So I'm going to have to watch. And one of the things I'm going to do, once I go on a long drive, maybe a couple hundred miles, or not a couple hundred, 50 miles, 100 miles, I'm going to stop. And as soon as I get home, or where I'm going, I'm going to get under here. I'm going to put my hand right on that, because that's where the bearing is. And if it's warm compared to everything else, then that tells me that bearing is starting to go out. Now, the fluid looked fine, so I'm not extremely concerned about it, but it's something I got to keep an eye on. Now, I've just gone over differential, how to check the fluid, how to identify if there's actually a problem going on, something I need to address. Thank you for watching. Please stick with me as I go through many projects that I have to go. My little chicks are coming along, and I'm going to have to get the coop here ready to receive them. So please, if you like what I'm doing, like, subscribe, support me in my channel and what I'm doing in my ranch, and we will see you in the next video.